Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Screamin'. Welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Lightfall Season of the Wish intel. And today, once again, is Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. And of course, we have our Friday weekly update. XUR has returned, as well as Trials of Osiris. So I'm going to give you a brief rundown on those two things, as well as all the other farms, glitches, cheeses that you can use heading into the weekend. There is some great things to actually do as far as activities available this week. But first off, XUR can be found today in the Watcher's Grave over on Nessus. Just show you where that is. If you don't know where that is, where have you been? But for real, up on the big tree, load in here. Very easy to find. And for loot today, we have the Skyburner's Oath. I actually would recommend picking this up because, well, it just does extra damage to Cabal, and I've actually used this a lot in certain GMs, maybe none of the ones this season, but I could see this really coming in handy, especially when scout rifles are in the meta. And this one does very well with Strand builds. Something to check out. We have a Orpheus rig for the Hunter class with a 69 roll. Hey, actually, definitely pick these up. This is one of like the easiest go-to exotics for the hunters, and this is a really, really good roll. 2 away from the highest possible, which is 71. That's the highest you'll ever see an exotic sold from XUR. So really, you could build into this very easily. We have a Hollowfire Heart with a 68 roll, actually another really good roll, about as even a distribution as I have ever seen in my life. That's kind of crazy. I don't think this is a top tier exotic. There was actually a really interesting glitch with this exotic ornament. I believe it's the Aurora's Sacrifice, where if you wore it, certain areas, I think on Neptune, would actually change color. It was like water effects or any water effect. Maybe it didn't even have to be on Neptune, would just sort of change color when you got near it. So if you want to maybe try that out, it might be worth just for the fun of, you know, walking into a room and everything goes red, which is essentially, I think, what happened. It turned all blue effects to red. Then maybe try picking this up. We have a Controverse Hold, which actually is a very good Warlock Void exotic, but a 62 total roll on this. Not the best. Pick it up if you don't have it, because it does have high resilience, so you could build into it, but fairly low for the Warlocks. For legendary weapons, we have a Friction Fire with Subsistence and Unrelenting. This feels like it would be good, but I also have a feeling that it won't be. Maybe in PvP this might not be too bad. We have a Thoughtless Sniper Rifle with Steady Hands, Headstone, and Land Tank. Deep Sight activation available on this weapon. We have a No Reprieve Shotgun with Triple Tap, Headstone, and Right Hook, another Deep Sight activation available weapon. We have an Ignition Coil, hey, with Slide Shot, that's a really good perk, and Thresh. Maybe pick this one up. If you don't have an Ignition Coil, it doesn't have blinding grenades on it, which is what I actually really like. Slide Shot's probably the third tier perk after auto-loading holster and blinding grenades, but you know, this does have spike grenades on it. That's not too bad. It does have a reload speed masterwork. So if you're not really in the market for ignition coils, or you don't have one, this is a fairly decent one to pick up. We have a Path of Least Resistance Trace Rifle, which I always recommend picking up any trace rifle when it becomes available, with Shoot to Loot, Harmony, and Ambush. Not bad. Another deep sight activation weapon, as I said. We have the Honor's Edge with Burst Guard and Energy Transfer and Flash Counter. And we have a Memory Interdict with Impulse Amplifier and Disruption Break. For legendary weapons, legendary armor on the Warlock, we have a chest piece with a 30 recovery roll. That's pretty insane, though. Fairly mid rolls all around, low 60s. I believe it was the same on all 3 classes, but this one is definitely an interesting roll just because of the high recovery. Over on the second page, we have a Hawkmoon with Killing Wind. And let's see what textured grip. Small bore. Not a bad Hawk Moon. Too bad I never really find myself using a Hawk Moon. Remember to pick up your exotic cipher if you don't have one. And that's going to be it for XUR today. We're now going to head over to the tower, check out what Saint 14 has as far as adept loot from Trials of Osiris this week. And as we head over to the tower, we'll do a brief run around the directory to share all the good stuff available this weekend and some just for today. First off, if you are going to be playing Trials, the map is Burnout this week. The Nightfall and GM Nightfall was the Corrupted. If you wanted to know a really easy farm method for the Corrupted, check out my video from earlier this week. It'll be linked in the top right corner or at the end of this video. Fairly old strike, the Corrupted, so there's a lot of easy glitches, cheeses, things you can do in it. Even though it has been updated a little bit, still a lot of them work. If you can complete the Nightfall this week, you'll earn yourself the Adept version of the Uzuma RR4 sniper rifle. That's if you can complete the Grandmaster. The normal sniper rifle is available for, I believe it's any difficulty, even Hero. You can still get a chance on a roll of it, though it might be very low. Remember, the Dawning is still going on, so if you're looking to farm out Bright Dust or XP, it's never a bad time. Today's Saint 14 has the Trace Rifle with Zen Moment Attrition Orbs at rank 10. And we have the Eye of Soul Sniper Rifle at rank 16. And we have the Unexpected Resurgence Glaive as the Adept weapon this weekend. So, listen. If you don't play Trials that often, you don't go Flawless that often, now actually might not be a bad time to go and play Trials, as this is, I'm not really sure if it's a good PvP weapon, probably more of a PvE weapon. I bet it could be a great PvE weapon, actually, as far as glaives go, but I would not be excited to play Trials this weekend if I was somebody who, was looking for a really good PvP role. I just don't find myself using glaives that much. But maybe you're different. Maybe you love this glaive. Let me know in the comments if you love this glaive for anything. I'd just like to know what it's used for. There's some other glaives that I do use on occasion, but this is not one of them. And the last few things for this weekend and today, we have over on the EDZ, the Legendary Lost Sector is up at Skydock 4. This is a very easy Legendary Lost Sector to do. It's awarding exotic arms, so if you're looking for Omnimancy Gloves or Necrotic Grip or a number of other things, those were just some of the Warlock ones, but that's a day to go and farm them out. It's a great day to be just farming exotics from this Legendary Lost Sector, even if you just don't want the exotic arms. Remember, if you have a full inventory of Ingrams on your person, all the exotics you would get from the end of this Legendary Lost Sector will instead get sent to your Postmaster as an exotic Ingram. You can just take them out of your Postmaster on any given day. You will get that day's Legendary Lost Sector's loot. Remember, that's how you do it. And some days you just get a great farm. Some days you get some great loot, or at least the loot that you want, but that's how you pick it. Never make the mistake. Never get the loot that you don't want. Presage was the exotic mission this week. If you were looking for, there's Callus Mini Tool is available through this, as well as obviously the Scout Rifle. Prophecy was the dungeon this week. Nothing I really particularly wanted from there, but And this week's featured raid was the Vow of the Disciple. If you haven't still gotten the pulse rifle, the exotic pulse rifle from Vow of the Disciple, now's the time to farm it out. Remember, you can save the checkpoint at the final boss. If you've never done this before and you're looking for that particular exotic, I'm sure it plays pretty good with void builds in the current champions meta. And that is going to be it for all the information in today's video. Hopefully you found something in this video helpful. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on the bell to post notifications so you never miss out on any future Destiny 2 Lightfall content like this. You can also follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below. Remember, any of those things also enter you into any future giveaways on this YouTube channel. And we do one every 1,000 subscribers, so you never want to miss out. And, of course, when we reach 100,000 subscribers, we'll be giving away an Xbox Series X. Also, if you've watched to this point in the video, you can leave a hashtag XUR or a hashtag Lightfall or a hashtag Season of the Wish in the comment section down below for another entry into the next giveaway for this video. Or you could tell me if you use that glaive, of course. Thanks so much for watching once more. Hope everyone has a great weekend. And of course, I am Wilhelm Scream. We will see you next time.